Zodiac mayhem, heart screams, and not your grandma's alcohol on another episode of 1, 2, 3 Jokes.
Welcome everybody to 1, 2, 3 Jokes, the competitive comedy podcast where we take 3 stories from the news, write 3 jokes about each story, and decide who has written the funniest joke. My name is Jeremy Martinez.
My name is Ricardo Leone.
I am Bob Timmons.
I'm Carly Kastner.
I am Mike Van Liew.
Mike Van Liew, our special guest, and we also have our guest judge, Scott Gregg. All right, Scott, that's enough out of you. Mike, very funny comedian. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
You're coming to us from Maui, Hawaii?
I am. Back in the middle of the Pacific.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I know. A lot of things you haven't heard of there, Bob.
Have you talked to my mother?
Laid all the time?
Hey-o. No, actually, if we want to talk about the Ricardo, I'm happy to go into my lack of sexual activity.
Oh, give us all the juicy details.
Well,
Get it? Because pineapple juice?
I lack the glands.
Wait,
Good
what?
episode title, I think.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You lack the glands to do what?
Lubricant. You have a different anatomy than I do, Carly. I'm not. I don't know what your preferred pronoun is or anything. But.
You asked me that the other day, too. Have I not made it clear that I'm a she, her?
Well, no, your name was Carl when we were playing on Jackpot.
Oh, it's because I'm too lazy to put the Y.
Why? Because I'm lazy.
It's Carly, sometimes why.
All right.
So yeah, tell us more about Maui. I want to know more about Maui, Mike.
Well,
Maui Mike.
It's Maui Mike. I get that a lot. There's a lot of beaches out here. It's quite the coastal region, considering we are an island. And we had 55 cases in the entire state of Hawaii for COVID, which is the most we've had in a single day since the pandemic started. So things are really heating up.
Wow.
I am currently COVID-free.
Oh, congrats.
What brought you to Maui?
An airplane, actually. It brings most people here. But
Mike, don't wise off at us.
I moved out here about 7 years ago. Unlike a lot of people, I didn't have a job out here. I had no place to live. I didn't know anybody. I just packed up from Phoenix, Arizona, and decided to head out here and try and find me. I found myself in the process.
Now, you are currently still homeless. This is just someone else's house that you're squatting in.
Exactly. I've made them this wooden clock here, and you can see that. And it allowed me to squat. Squatters' rights are very protected on this island, so I'm lucky in that regard. Yeah.
I've heard that they actually ship homeless people from other states to Hawaii. Is that true?
If I was a homeless person, I would like to be shipped here. Absolutely. So,
Yeah, because you can be outside all the time. The weather's never going to kill you.
Right.
I don't know. Once that Pineapple Express comes through, I think you're going to start seeing more COVID cases.
I don't think that comes from China. Hey-o. Sorry.
Oh, a little taste there of what we can expect.
So I actually met Mike through a mutual friend here in Phoenix, literally right before he took off to Maui. And not that much longer later, anytime Mike would come into town, I'd always see him because we had mutual friends. Not that long after I met him, I posted on Facebook, I hadn't taken a vacation in years. Who wants a visitor? And Mike was like, come to Maui. And I was like, well, I don't know anyone but you in Maui. I want to go for a week. And what the fuck am I going to do? And Mike was like, I'll put you up. We'll do the whole thing. And I was like, Hell yes, this is amazing. And I went and we had so much fun, and that like solidified our friendship. That was
it's
awesome.
Hawaii. Why do you think that you're not going to have anything to do in Hawaii?
No, it's just intimidating to think about traveling to a place you've never been by yourself.
Is there
What
even
traveling
enough space
is,
to-
you knucklehead.
is there even enough space to walk around?
I didn't want to go by I didn't want to be alone for the trip. And I wasn't I wasn't traveling
You're afraid
with
of
anyone.
Mike making a move.
No, Mike, you had a girlfriend at the time. Actually, it was
Hey,
more about,
Mike.
Yeah, come on.
They also call him Threesome Mike. Oh, no, Menage a Trois Mike. Damn it.
Yes. Thank you. I like that.
Carly, at the airport, did you get laid in Hawaii?
No, actually, I missed my return flight home. Do you remember that, Mike?
Oh,
Yeah.
because I hear that when you get off the plane, they give you sex.
No, not if you fly American. That's only if you fly Hawaiian.
I heard they're really easy over there.
All right, well, it sounds like you guys are nice and warmed up with your hilarious jokes. Let's get into round one.
It's fun catching up.
NASA reveals you've had the wrong zodiac wrong zodiac sign, not zodiac time. A different thing.
It's a quarter to Cancer right now.
Jesus.
Too soon, Ricky.
Was that the only sign you could think of?
That's bad timing.
NASA reveals you've had the wrong zodiac sign all of your life. According to Elle magazine, NASA has just gone and dropped the mother of all bombshells to announce there's another zodiac sign. And we basically
Wait. Is Elle magazine a Mexican publication?
Elle magazine.
El magazine.
Oh, that stands for love. Isn't that right?
I think it's the.
In Hawaii, I don't know.
I don't know. Go on.
It turns out we've basically been living our lives under false pretenses this whole time. What's worse is the astronomical research agency revealed they were going to change the zodiac system back in January, and it went completely under the radar. In a blog post published in January, good old NASA quietly reminded the world that there are in fact 13 constellations in the original zodiac and not 12, as we've become accustomed to believe. Thankfully, we know exactly who to blame: the Babylonians, who 3,000 years ago decided to ignore the 13th constellation because they already had a 12-month calendar and didn't want to
12-month calendar. That's my favorite. It's kind of like an advent calendar. You get like a snack every day, every month.
Ricky, which month were you born in? The Babylonians had already had a 12-month calendar and didn't want to make it more confusing for the rest of the world. As a result, NASA has decided to right their wrongs and reaffirm the 13th constellation, known as Ophiuchus? Does that
believe
sound
so.
right?
Sounds right.
Known
Looks
as
right.
Ophiuchus back into the zodiac system, which now represents the birth dates November 29th to December 17th. The Ophiuchus, damn it, this is hard. The Ophiuchus sign is a man holding a snake called a Serpentarius. And those with the star sign seek peace and harmony and impulsive and clever and poetic and inventive, but they can be jealous, power hungry, and temperamental. And if you want to know what your real zodiac sign is now, I will help you out. Here they are. So you guys get what? Did anyone's change? Mine changed.
I'm Ophiuchus now.
I
am Ophiuchus now.
I'm a Gemini Cancer cusp.
I used
I'm also a
to
Gemini Cancer cuck.
I think I'm missing one because I don't see my birthday on there.
Yeah, there's only 12.
Yeah, it's whatever comes before Capricorn. What is that? Scorpio? No.
No.
Oh God, could we figure it out? I don't know.
Let's move on.
I honestly couldn't care less.
Ricky, you're so dark.
Oh, racist.
No, I mean, I can't. It's too dark in your house.
No, it says that in your horoscope.
Too dark.
Okay, so
Can't see you.
before we get into the jokes, Scott, Greg, how will this round be judged? How will this show be judged?
Okay. It's going to be like the last show in which I've got some key words here that will remain a mystery until we do the judging. And for each time that the key words or phrases are used, you'll get a point. You could lose points if you use certain phrases too.
Yeah, okay.
Quick pause. Am I frozen?
No.
Your video just came back.
Okay, hold on. Let me get my screen right before I get thrown off.
Oh, look how cool
every
Ricky
time-
looks.
I know, right?
Every time I screen shares, I gotta like reset.
I feel like I just got done giving him fellatio.
It's like that's,
I don't have-
you just have confidence in your own skills. It's like looks like I just gave him a blowjob.
Well, I mean, come on. Confidence is key here. So.
Tell us when you're ready, Jeremy.
Okay, I'll go first, but when I'm ready. Hold on.
I'll go first when I'm ready.
And you motherfuckers have to wait.
Yes, sir.
Ricky, it looks like you're taking a little nap.
The lighting's better.
Jeremy, we can see and hear you if you.
No.
So.
Now we can see your banjo, your bongos back there. We can.
Yeah.
Jeremy, I can see your bongos.
Show us your bongos.
Yeah, I can see your banjo and your bongos.
Okay, Jeremy, you are frozen
Jeremy.
now.
Yeah, what's going on?
Oh man.
Oh, Jeremy's admitted. I gotta admit him back into the room.
Absolutely.
There he goes.
Oh. Whoa, there's two Jeremys. That's amazing.
That's what
There
they
you go. Now you're in.
All right.
We gotcha.
All right.
Okay, clean cut. I'll start us off.
When I'm ready.
I never thought of this before, but it seems like this would be an interesting way to break the ice when trying to pick up women.
That's why you're single, Jeremy.
All right, Rick, do you want to go next?
Sure. I am now the sign of Tom Selleck because my birthday falls on November 1st. On November
What?
1st.
Yeah.
Movember?
Yeah, it's a mustache.
What is
Don't
that?
get it at all.
Oh, because Tom Selleck has a mustache.
No.
He certainly does.
Is that Mo Shave Movember? I don't understand.
All right, I'll go next. Not many people know this, but the bulk of NASA's funding comes from fortune telling at county fairs. All right, Mike.
Well, what NASA actually failed to predict was the moon goddess march on Washington, which was quite the sight to see 10,000 witches dancing around fires in the nation's capital. But the real winners here were the tattoo artists that had to replace all those terrible art markings.
Oh,
That's true.
yeah. What if you had a little Capricorn sign on here and now
It's
you're
funny
a...
because it's true.
I do have like an identity crisis now that I'm not a Leo. Seriously, my last name is Leon. I am proud like a lion.
Tough break, Jeremy. You're up.
I'm actually starting to think maybe this is a big conspiracy from Big Tattoo,
You
Is
mean
that
the one
opposed to
on?
the one from Fantasy Island?
You mean that big tattoo on my fat ass?
The plague.
Yeah, I don't mean back tattoo. I mean big tattoo. Wait a minute. You're telling me NASA has found evidence against astrology? I suppose next the FDA is going to tell me I can't change my luck by finishing a Chinese food meal?
A Chinese food meal.
Chinese food meal, eat a Chinine food meal.
I'm a human,
You
just
know,
like you guys.
cornmeal.
It's a kid's meal for Chinese people.
Is that your joke, Rick?
Yeah, I fall under the sign of the full bladder because I'm a water carrier.
Are you making all these up as you go?
Yes.
Yeah,
So we had to reschedule an episode, and I thought I'd written jokes for that, but I didn't. And also, I didn't have time to write these jokes. So I've been winging it for the last 2 episodes.
Sure doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
You know,
Covered it up so well.
Yeah, you really look like you're trying really hard right now.
Yeah. You've been winging it through life.
Okay. Apparently, I'm a Gemini who's been masquerading as a Cancer for 36 years. Classic Gemini behavior.
Yeah.
Warren Buffett actually praised NASA for the move, comparing it to sports teams changing their colors to sell more merch. He was quoted saying, "Never before has something so irrelevant been made more profitable by making an arbitrary change," which sparked outrage from the Oakland Raiders fan base.
What did the Raiders used to be?
They used to be in Oakland, and now they're going to be in Vegas.
No way!
Yeah.
Oh my god, I did not know that.
Probably who cares?
And they're irrelevant. they suck.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Not to
then
mention-
who cares?
Not to mention one of the zodiac signs had to change because it was, named after a racist Native American stereotype.
Which one was that, Jeremy?
The
Capricorn?
M word.
Jeremy, go ahead and say your joke.
All right. The most shocking revelation here is that the Zodiac Killer was just a basic serial killer.
That's good. Yeah, I didn't write my jokes this week because I am the sign of the sloth.
All right. When a woman asks Rick what his sign is, he tells them Ophiuchus, and then he proceeds to take the form of a man holding his snake. All right, Mike, go ahead and close us out for round 1.
At the press conference, when asked how NASA knew exactly that the Babylonians were to blame 3,000 years ago, one of the employees' husbands remarkably said, "Oh."
Because it's
Hey, what?
Ophiuchus or something?
No, because women remember everything.
Oh.
You know what you said 3,000 years ago.
I do remember what I said 3,000 years ago. I lived in that past life, by the way. I was a
That all
man.
the time.
Thank you. Then you're bringing validity to my whole pronoun thing, finally.
Yeah, but that was then. This is now. I remember everything.
Get with the times.
All right, we're going to go to our guest judge, Scott. Greg, how did the points shake out in round 1?
First of all, the keywords were, anything to do with like Neil Armstrong, where Houston, we have a problem, that type of
Okay.
thing.
Avoided there.
The Zodiac Killer, tattoo, pickup line. The negative was missing your own horoscope. I thought that was a little lazy. It's low food. And so, adding that up, Jeremy scored 3 points, and Bob and Mike both scored a point, and Rick did not get on the board.
Oh, but he worked so hard on his jokes.
Yeah, the only thing lazier than mentioning your own sign is what Ricky's doing.
I did some pretty good jokes last episode for coming up with on the fly.
Do you guys know why I won that round? Because this is the dawning of the age of Ophiuchus.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Jeremus or something.
Ophiuchus.
Take points away post-awarding them.
I think we need to head to round 2.
Okay, I just had this feeling of I need to know. Oh, Sagittarius. That's what the one that was missing was Sagittarius. You guys.
I was a Sagittarius. Now I'm not.
All right, round 2. Please scream inside your heart. Japanese amusement parks tell thrill seekers. The Fuji-Q Highland Amusement Park near Tokyo has an unorthodox request for its roller coaster riders. Please scream inside your heart. And not out loud, the park is asking. The unusual ask is meant to reduce the risk of spreading the coronavirus. While some may be skeptic that it's possible to quietly ride a roller coaster, a promotional video from the Fuji Q proves that it can be done. The video shows two stone-faced, suit-wearing, and completely silent executives riding the Fujiyama roller coaster, the park's main attraction. The no screaming guideline was one of several recommendations that Japanese amusement park operators released in late May, as the country was beginning to reopen after shutting down due to the coronavirus. Thrill seekers have been asked to refrain from vocalizing loudly to avoid spreading droplets of the virus, according to the guidelines. Several park goers have complained that the request seemed unrealistic. One visitor at Tokyo Disney told the Journal that he thought it was too strict. "If a scream comes out, it comes out," he said.
All right, Rick, do you want to start us off?
I sure do. Now that the cat's out of the bag, it's hard to put effort. Let's go with you must be this temperature to ride this ride.
This temperature? Oh, because they take your temperature before?
Yeah.
That's cute.
The sign is like a thermometer, like do-do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah. And children, if you lose sight of your parents, please do not cry aloud. Stand in one spot with a pained expression, and one of our staff will guide you to a safe space by nudging you with the end of a broom. All right, Mike.
Well, the Japanese amusement park has taken further steps to help teach park goers how to do this. They've actually hired subs and masochists because crying inside is not a lot different from yelling inside. And to apply for this job, just go on LinkedIn and search masochist.
That's a new Zodiac, I think.
Yeah, I like poking kids with brooms. Can I have this job? Ah, yes, Tokyo Disneyland, the quietest place on earth.
I think that Circle K should take a cue from these theme parks and allow me to have a fast pass to the front.
Why Circle K?
I don't know. I was trying to think of that, or like something about it. You have to be 6 feet apart at the lines, and they'll be like crazy long.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not funny.
No, you're right.
No.
Not at all.
Well, I'm glad we got to the bottom of that. We also ask that you raise your arms up in the air to avoid holding on to the safety bar, and because you're having fun, of course.
Well, I heard Orlando, Florida, Disney World has gone even farther to sell Mickey and Minnie themed butt plugs because it's hard to scream when you're wincing.
Oh.
Yee.
Park goers can ride the COVID coaster, which has a large drop followed by a pass through a sanitizer waterfall.
Oh, it's perfect.
You sounded disgusted at first. Ugh, that's perfect.
Well, it's like Splash Mountain, but you just get sprayed in the face with sanitizer.
Yeah, I get it. I understood it.
My eyes!
All right, Rick.
My butt plug.
My butt plug!
My butt plug.
When it feels pain, I feel pain.
Hey, did you feel that drop? My blood felt like my butt plug was in my stomach.
Now, instead of taking a picture when you take the drop, Splash Mountain is requiring you to take your temperature before you take
Oh, another temperature joke.
All right, so we can just move past that.
Hey, Rick, can you come up with a joke about taking your temperature at Circle K?
Oh, you mean his closer?
Yeah, don't ruin his closing joke.
I got a 10-minute chunk of Circle K jokes.
Fire.
What else do you need? Oh, that's AM PM. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, too much good stuff, Rick.
All right. If you
QT, our bathrooms are clean.
If you disobey the rules, you will obviously be expected to disembowel yourself with a samurai sword to restore your family's honor. They're very strict about the sanitary conditions over there.
Well, you can do that, but you can't scream when you stab
I know,
yourself.
that's the crazy thing, right?
Yeah, because you might get COVID everywhere.
All right, Mike.
I don't think it can be transferred through the bowels. Just disembowelment.
Now with the butt plug in, that should. All right.
All Jeremy's jokes end with the dog barking.
They are sanitized. Well, they actually interviewed. They asked President Trump if he thought parks in the U.S. could adopt this same strategy, and his reply was, "Not a chance. I can't even use millions of dollars to get women to shut their mouths."
If you feel you will be unable to stifle your scream, you may need to ride with your oh my God.
Sorry.
Oh, that was the punchline?
That was the dog, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get him shut up.
I'm not the only one with dog problems. Mike normally Fitz is the one in the background running around and being crazy.
Yeah.
Carly, you're not. Let me channel him real quick if you guys give me a second. Let me
An interesting solution.
Yeah, Carly.
Not utilized by everyone on this show.
You're right, Carly. You're not the only one we hate.
Bob is being facetious because I refuse to put Fitz in a way when I'm recording, but now my boyfriend's here, so he's in the other room being snuggled.
Interesting stuff. Who's next?
Nobody puts my bubbly baby in a corner.
Nobody puts my fluffy baby booby in a corner.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
All right, I'll go.
Jeremy.
If you feel you will be unable to stifle your scream, you may need to ride with your whole hand stuffed inside your mouth.
All right. That'll do it for the jokes in round 2. So,
Your whole hand inside your mouth?
Yeah, like people normally do.
they call it a mouth plug. Scott, Greg.
Wait.
Dig out.
No. If putting your whole hand inside your mouth is a mouth plug, what is a butt plug?
To the elbow.
Oh, that's why you felt it in your stomach.
I think you gotta bend your leg back and put your foot up there. All right, Scott.
Really put your foot in your butthole.
We're going to get to the points at some point. I didn't mean to say that. Scott Gregg.
Okay. Pretty good round. I enjoyed the riffing. The key words this time was missing the fast pass. Any other, place like Six Flags, Disneyland, anything like that. Screaming while wearing a mask. You need to tie into the first round. And your bias was bringing up COVID, the coronavirus. In the story. So with that said, Mike, Jeremy, and Rick all scored 2, and Bob scored 1.
This seems fishy, this system.
Scott, I get the sense that you're making these up as you go, which is really unprofessional.
I appreciate it, Scott. You keep doing it.
I've got written down here.
But Jeremy is pulling ahead here.
That's what makes this all so strange. This is all topsy-turvy here. This is something's off.
Yeah, that's how Jeremy always wins, pulling ahead. That's stupid.
Everybody wins.
Pulling ahead. It's like, just focus on the head. Just on that a little.
Well, that's all some people have.
So many nerve endings.
All right. Round 3. How's that sound?
Yeah, that sounds good. And really, with Scott's point system, anyone can win. Let's hit it. Round 3. Teenagers are dressing. Sorry, let me.
They're dressing.
Teenagers are dressing up. Let me take that again. Teenagers are dressing up as mask-wearing grandmas to try to score alcohol. This story is awesome, and if you have the opportunity to go look through these TikToks, they're fucking hilarious, but I'll explain exactly what's going on here. In a pandemic, no one knows you're underage. That's what Gen Z has discovered as they've updated the fake ID for the COVID-19 era. Hitting up liquor stores dressed as elderly grandmas, wearing coronavirus mask faces to cover the majority of their face. The prank has taken social media platform TikTok by storm, with videos of users bedecked as boozehound nanas, seemingly victorious, bottles in hand, racking up the views. A little artistry can go a long way. One TikTok video with over 1.5 million views depicts a blonde girl getting wrinkles drawn on with makeup. The video then shows her using a walking frame in a car. What the heck is a walking frame? Like a walker?
Walker, dude.
Yeah.
Shows her using a walker in a car park.
That's a parking lot.
This must be a British story.
Harley, if you have to ask, you're young and healthy.
Clutching a bottle of pink liquid, wearing a baggy jumper, this is definitely British, wire-rimmed glasses, and a babushka headscarf. One video with
This is definitely Russian.
One video with over 2 million views shows another young woman in a gray wig, glasses, and an old person Halloween costume mask. With her surgical mask and gloves on, she seems to be an innocent octogenarian. The clip shows her returning with alcohol in tow, dancing with her friends while she rips off her mask.
What was that octogenarian thing again? Say that again.
Yeah, what? That was octogenarian.
An octogenarian is someone who's, I think...
Oh, I know. What was the word before that? The adjective?
Innocent.
Innocent, okay.
Yeah, you don't know what that is, Rick.
All right. This story has been adapted into the upcoming feature film Mrs. Doubtfire 2, The Hangover Part 4.
I'd watch that.
I would too, actually. That sounds great.
100%.
Well, I'm writing up the script. Hold on.
It was a drive-by boozing.
Jesus Christ.
You know, speaking of in our last episode, we talked about cream pies a lot, but do you remember in Mrs. Doubtfire when she cream pies her own face?
Yeah.
She even does that. Even in the show, she...
Why would you bring up...
Carly's favorite topic.
Well, I'm just saying these kids don't even need to do all the makeup. So they just put a little pie on their face and then they can be old.
There's the episode title, A Little Pie on Their Face.
I don't think that's a good title.
Oh, that's a no?
Mike, do you want to do an actual joke?
Yeah, let me get in on that. Well, to combat this, the Liquor Commission is suggesting that store clerks ask questions that would help them determine that they're actually old, such as who was the president in 1946, or how do you feel about immigrants?
In a related story, a teenager is battling body image issues after being told by a store clerk she has nice old lady eyes.
All right, Rick.
Masked grandmas, boozehound grannies, innocent octogenarians. What are they looking at? My porn search history?
Hey, Gladys, I can ring you up right here. Let's see. Bottle of rum chata, 17 magazine, box of tampons. Do you need a bag?
Am I loud?
Uh-oh. Jeremy's getting shut down.
Yeah, give me a sec. I'm gonna have to switch rooms. Do your joke again.
No.
No, just Mike, go ahead.
Some store owners have actually given up hope on being outwitted. One complained that he was forced to sell alcohol to a service dog who was 47 years in dog years, and he was a real booze hound.
Oh!
Show the shirt again. Show the shirt.
Yeah.
Booze hound!
Okay, pause.
Jeremy.
I'm gonna use this to go kennel this little shithead.
Aw, the baby.
The baby.
That's what I would say if I was gonna go beat Jeremy up.
Aw, the baby? Or I'm gonna go kennel this little shit.
Take your pick.
I think that you would say, I'm gonna go kennel this little shithead, and then after you beat him up, you go, aw, the baby.
Oh, the black and blue baby.
Yeah, Robert, you're a real sick fuck.
Yeah.
I've got 8 dogs, but they're in the other room.
Attaboy, Scott Gregg. That is responsible podcasting. All right. Jeremy's being asked to leave the Starbucks.
I guess it's for customers only or something.
I believe this is where the temperature Circle K joke comes in.
So we're just going to wait 25 minutes for Jeremy to set up. Remember that?
Mom?
Thank you for your patience, Mike. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And Scott.
Scott, you're fine. Whatever.
I'm a loser with no life, so.
God, I wasn't gonna say it, but why?
But I saw it in your eyes.
The deep, listless, bottomless eyes. It's okay. I have this right here to help.
And I've got this right here to help.
Ooh, yeah.
It's the good shit.
Path, bro.
All right. Here we go. And suddenly, the high school theater department... Huh?
No one said anything.
Oh. And suddenly, the high school theater department and makeup artists are the coolest kids in school.
What was that?
You!
Did you say something?
You whippersnappers! In my day, we had to roll the keg uphill both ways.
And my day is today. I'm 18 years old.
Hey, man, I didn't know she was underage. She told me she was 26, and I thought she was just senile.
Well, some parents are actually shrugging this off as not a big deal. One dad was interviewed and he said, honestly, just let the kids buy alcohol. Since schools are shut down, they have nothing to do. What do you expect? Meet a parent? Ha!
I'm laughing inside my heart, like they do in Japan.
Is it? I can't see it. Is that the butt plug?
Yeah.
That joke made me scream inside my heart.
Scream inside your heart.
Stores have had to put up signs next to all the born by this date calendars that say, remember, old people don't know what White Claw is.
All right, Rick, do you want to end things with a bang?
I sure do. You don't look old enough to be a grandmother. Oh, wait, you're not? Oh, I'm sorry. I was just trying to fuck you.
Oh.
What's wrong with that?
Aren't we talking about...
We're going to find out what's wrong with that after we talk with guest judge Scott Gregg.
Yeah. Great segue.
Okay. In this round, the key words were bringing up like granddads or grandpas, because the whole story was about like grandmothers. Okay. White guys are getting in on this. Anything like I wrote down here, uphill both ways, but what I meant was any of those saying that type of thing. Anything to do with like IDing, taking their ID, like being really old. And then the takeaway, the negative, I was going to be talking about that did anything about like bad drivers, like big drink and drive, bad drivers for people. Bob and Rick had the best jokes of the round. And in this round, Mike had 1, Rick had 2, Bob had 1, and Jeremy did not score. That brings our final total to Bob with 3, Rick and Mike tied with 4, and Jeremy still wins with 5.
Wow.
For the last round and still gets the W.
That's what I do. I try to build up an insurmountable lead right away.
And then disappoint.
And then crash and burn.
And he never fails to disappoint.
That's what happens every time Jeremy scores.
Back to normal, Bob.
Well, we appreciate that familiar result.
Hey, Scott, what were those best jokes?
He doesn't know
I have no idea.
Perfect.
I was thinking masked grandma.
Mike, we're going to talk to you in just a second, but first we're going to go to Carly Kastner and see if she has any burning questions.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to keep on with the theme of this last story and ask you if you pulled any shenanigans when you guys were teenagers.
Sure.
Yeah.
What did you do?
I had a fake ID when I was 16 that said I was from Chicago, Illinois.
And what'd you do with it? You just
Well,
bought
actually,
booze?
what happened is my brother, he actually took it from me because he was close enough to me. And then he left, when he went to college, then he left it at my mom's place and asked her to ship the ID with Mikey's photo in it to him in college. And she, being the old grandma she is, just didn't care. She threw it away.
She's like, I'm fucked up drunk right now.
Yeah. Like a box of wine in a box, man. It'll get you.
I was just going to say one advantage of being, I was 6'5" when I was 16. And if I put on any kind of like dress jacket, I could go into any store and buy alcohol without ever being carded.
Really?
Did you have that white beard when you were 16 too?
That's not even real now. He glues it on to look more sophisticated.
Yeah,
I bet you were the most popular kid in school.
Scott Grigg is 13 years old.
He's got Benjamin Button disease. All right. Rick,
got one.
Yeah.
I once broke into an elementary school late at night and ran the bases in my car.
That's
By
not
yourself?
Ricky.
No, it was a group of people in the car. It was fun.
Were you, fuck, never mind. So you're in your car?
Anyway.
Gotcha. Jeremy?
Oh, in the back seat? Is that what you're going to say? I ran those bases.
Jeremy.
So you ran those bases before you were an invalid?
What?
By the look of you.
Oh.
And whoever's taking care of you should do a better job. You just left you on a bench on a porch.
They should at least
Oh, the
What's
sun
that,
went
Scott?
down.
I said they should come out and roll you at least every hour.
The sun went down hours ago. Has anybody seen Ricardo?
He's sundowning.
I'm sundowning.
No, I was a perfect angel.
I had a fake ID that was passed down to me from my cousin, and I was always too afraid to use it, so I never used it. But I did go when I was went to Flagstaff once with some of my friends, and two of the girls were not 21, and one of them had an ID that they used, and they showed it to the guy. And then they went behind their back and they handed it to the girl behind them. And I was like, please don't notice that it's the same person. And he didn't notice. They both got in with the same ID.
I mean, they're $4 an hour.
Also, they don't ever look at the picture. I feel like they just look at the birth date.
Yeah, because I bartended for a little bit, and like I don't know that I ever really looked at the picture and like looked at the person. I just looked at the date. I actually didn't even drink till I was like almost 21, like a month before I turned 21. So y'all are going to hell.
It's gonna be fun at least.
As long as you have your fake ready to go.
Yeah, to let me in.
Yeah.
Hell has a great baseball field.
But no cars. That's why it's
I once did use my older brother's ID, and the guy's like, "It looks like you. It looks like your older brother. What's your sign?" And I said, "Of course, I know my brother's sign. I prepared for this."
Did you say Orpheus?
He looked at a chart and let me in.
A chart?
Yeah, he had a sign chart inside. I guess I don't know.
You didn't say Ophiuchus or?
I said, "You don't even know your sign, bro. They're all different."
All right, that should do it then. Mike. I want to say Mike. Is that right? Is there anything that you want to tell the people about? Anything you want to point them to? Perhaps an Instagram or maybe an online show?
My Instagram is @MikeyVan. I do a lot more of poetry writing on there than necessarily comedy. Other than that, this shirt itself is actually worn by Mac in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where I purchased it, and that is a great show. Although I'm not.
Sorry, you want to promote It's Always Sunny?
Yes, I'm promoting It's Always Sunny.
They've got a great costume department.
They really do. Yeah.
Hey, Mike, can you share one of your poems with us?
I probably could.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
Why don't you be like Ricky and just make one up on the spot? But except for lay down and shut your eyes and put some sunglasses on.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Fuck you, Carly.
That didn't rhyme.
See, Rick couldn't even complete the poem.
That's why Jeremy won this episode.
I guess.
He just has that it quality, you know?
Yeah, like cousin it. I don't know. I'm
He's got
sorry, guys.
long hair.
It's been very taxing on my brain to come up with all these jokes.
They can tell. That's the only thing that's running the bases.
Mike, do you want to share?
I'm playing shortstop.
All right, that's enough.
I'm good. I appreciate it though, but thank you guys for having me on here. It's you have an awesome show going here,
and we thank you for
want me back. I'd jump at the chance.
Absolutely, we thank you for being on and dealing with our unprofessionalism. Obviously, we'll have links to your stuff in the episode description. And if you want to see more of our stuff, we're online anywhere that you find podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, all that stuff. Anywhere that you can, please, we would ask that you rate, review, subscribe, share the show. Anything like that, it really does help us out, and we would appreciate it.
There you go.
Scott, Greg, anything you want to tell the people about?
Oh, yeah. I'm the media writer for another podcast about trivia. It's to help you out learning for pub trivia. It's called Trivia Road, or GUES. And I just recommend that you give it a listen if you like trivia, pub trivia.
That's Trivia Rogues, and we'll also have that link down below.
And Mike,
I actually do. I should have said that. I host trivia every Wednesday night at Moose McGillicuddy's in Kihei, Maui, Hawaii. 7:30 to play.
Sounds good.
Maui Mike and McGillicuddy's.
lot of going on there.
How about this one for a nickname? Melakaliki Mike.
Ooh, I haven't heard that.
Melakaliki Mikey is.
I get Mike Van Liew a lot.
Oh, that's good. Melakaliki Mikey Van Luau.
How about Moco Loco Mike?
Wrong state.
That was a beautiful try.
Whatever the fuck. How about Spam? Spam Mike. Spam Masubi Mike.
Yeah.
Aaron Kraft, good friend of ours. He does the music for our show, and you can find more of it on SoundCloud at Captain Lovecraft, CAPT, LOVEKRAFT. Check it out, and that will do it for this show.
I'm Jeremy.
Maui Mike, always on poise.
On poise?
Yeah.
Boy is a grinded up terror.
Yeah, but is on poise a phrase?
If you've ever licked a wall, that's what boy tastes like.
Shots fired at Hawaiian culture.
Hey, wow.
All right.
Well, I'm Jeremiah Holla Martinez.
I'm pig buried in sand, Ricardo Leone.
I'm Bob Timmons.
I'm Carly. I'll sleep on your couch if you'll accept me as a visitor to Maui Kastner.
And I'm Scott Gregg.
One more time, Scott, but with a Hawaii reference.
Aloha, Rick.
And for our
That means hello, goodbye, and fuck you, Rick.
Little known third definition.
for our guest,
I am Melikaliki Maka Maui Mike Luau
And this
Dan Morrison.
beautiful language.
and this has been another episode of 1, 2, 3, Joke!
Ah!